on keeping the same rhythm. So go a little faster. So he's walking with some energy. Then you see those ears kind of flopping. Yep, hold pressure every time his head comes up, and then lighten your fist every time it goes down. So his rhythm is kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Yep, and then as straight as you can feel him, you know, just try to make sure he's carrying his body nice and straight. Go a little faster. You're doing a good job. Now breathe, take your leg off because he's picking up speed. There you go. So see how easy he was going faster because he thought that's what you wanted? And then you can bring him back very easily. Good. Now, as we're going in a minute, I'm going to have you stop him. So again, when we go to stop him, I'm going to kind of talk you through it, and I'll say stop riding, sit back, take your breath, and then your whoa, but not yet. So now, right now, go a little faster for your flat walk. Right there's good speed. Okay, so we're going to start to try a stop. So I want you to stop riding, take your legs off, take a really deep breath in and out. Good. Now you can sit on a loose rein for a minute. Hold, lift your hand up. Try not to get it in your groin. Lean back. Yep, and remember, it's your fist. So when his head's going up, tighten your fist. And then if that doesn't work, then keep the fist tight and then bend the elbow. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to try a stop. So you're going to stop riding. Deep breath in and out. Say, whoa, good. Now ask him for his head down. Right rein only. Look up. Now we're going to back up. Lean back, look over his head, and it's a little hand and a little leg. Now okay. Now go back to your flat walk. So first, just get the walk and get his head down. Yeah. Look where you want to go. Yep. So get the walk first, get your horse straight, then your flat walk. Very good. So that's your flat walk. Very nice. Now on this other side, so you don't have to worry about when I say it, I want you just to pick a spot where you're going to stop him and then back him up. So you do it on your own accord, but just remember when you do it, stop the riding, the breath, the whoa, and then get him to back up with his head down. Very nice stop. Yep, and as he backs up, you got to keep just a little right leg so he stays straight. Are you looking down? Okay, now when he's good, then you can stop. Good boy. And now you're going to walk off, get his head back down, and then go back to your flat walk. Don't glance at his head, but don't stare. Yep. Good job. Now you're going to pick a spot on the other side, and we'll do the same thing. We'll stop and back up. But that was very, very nice. Yeah, and just be careful you don't get your hand in your groin. Good job. Good. Try not to stare at his head, just glance at it. Good. So now you can stop and just let him have his reins for a minute. Yeah. So before you start, look where you want to go. He already knows because he's memorized this. Yep, lean back, yep. Now get his head down. Yep, so you overturned. He's not straight anymore. There you go. So now you're going to walk off. Sit back. Think of sitting on your seat pockets. Now his head's right and his butt's to the left. Yep. So you're trying just to get him straight. And now we're going to repeat everything this direction, but we won't do it as much as we went to the right. So your first thing is we're flat walking and just go once around just to kind of get yourself back together on what we're doing. Again, if you see his head go down too far, relax your fingers a little bit. If his head's coming up, you make a tight fist. Don't go any faster, so release a little with your leg. That's it. So anytime you feel the speed starting to come up a lot, take some of the energy away by taking some of the leg off and breathing. So that's a pretty good speed for your flat walk. Again, in time, once you guys get used to it, it can be a little faster, but that's good for now. So now once you get down here, we'll start the circles with the first circle being around me and the poles. Okay. Everything looks good. Oh, so now this is the circle in the center.
You and the poles. Did I do it wrong?
Yeah, sorry, that's okay. But that's what I said. So you just make a circle here, and then I want you to circle down at their stalls. That's where I wanted you to start. Okay. Yeah. But that's okay. This is one of our circles now. Yeah. So now go straight. Remember, he might get slow down here by his stall. It's hard. You know, we say stuff and just like, I think you understand what I mean. But it's the same thing for the horse. Because I'm thinking, well, I say this a million times. She knows what it means. And so we do it with the horse too. Like I do this with all the other horses. They should understand what it means, but they don't. Yep. Now, that's a little too small.
Too small.
Yes. So you did have the option to go on either side of that little fence or the little vertical there, but go closer to it. Okay. Yes. So just make that circle again. And remember, as you go across, his body shouldn't be straight. He should kind of be bending a little to the left. Because what you're trying to do is make all the circles the same size. Yeah. I wasn't so sure where you were going either. So I wasn't sure if you were going over those poles or not. So if I can see and I wasn't sure, he definitely wasn't sure. Okay. Yes. So, and when you go over the poles, you try to go in the middle because the sides are higher. So he saw one side on one side of his brain and he saw the other side on the other side of his brain and he thought, I don't have to lift it up so high. So now you go straight, go all the way down to the other end, and we're going to circle at the other end. Okay. Now there his head's a little too low, so relax your fingers a little bit. Yep. There he's fine. Yep. So in the end, it's not like we want his head way tucked in. We just want it kind of neutral and down, which it is right now. So this is fine. So now you'll start cutting across kind of at those poles. And this will be our last circle. So to the left, I only make 3 circles. To the right, I make 6. Got it. Okay. So now we're going to start our leg yields once you get past the mounting block down here. You're doing great with his head. So once you get past the mounting block, don't turn there, go further and then turn down your quarter line. And you will get a break soon. You're doing great for doing this with a colt. So you're going to turn, get him straight, then you'll take your right leg off, your hands will go to the right, and you'll press with your left leg. If his head comes up, you'll hold. Very good. Now keep flat walking, so just a little faster, and then you'll try it on the other side, but that was great. Go a little faster. So you see a good kind of shake in his mane. That's better. Good. Then you'll turn about here. And then once you think he's straight, then you just leg yield him over again. Yep, if he's not going over, then just open that right rein. Good. So that was fine. So now just go around and flat walk. So no more leg yield. So again, we did 4 to the right, but only 2 to the left. That looks great. Yep. And then while you're riding around, if I ever shut up, you check on yourself. Like once in a while, look where your hands are. Then check where his head is. Does he have the right speed? Very nice. Yep. Okay, so glance at his head, but don't stare. Go a couple more steps so it's a little better, and lean back a tiny bit, because that way he'll start following your weight. When you just stop and lean back, they'll start backing up. Good. Now just go back to your flat walk. So get his head first, get your walk, and then speed back up. And then as you're going around the arena, just pick another spot to try it again. Yeah, and then just make sure your hands aren't in your thighs. Yeah. Good. So now start going for your flat walk. So a faster walk. Very good. So you lifted your hands up on your own. So that was great. Now we just want this consistent first before we go faster. So we don't want to do it yet because his head keeps coming up. So we're just going to keep going straight at the flat walk. Tighten those fists every time his head comes up. And release your fingers just a little every time his head comes down. Okay, so you're pretty good. So we're going to start to try. So you're going to hold just a little bit more with your hands to make sure his head stays down, and add a little bit more leg. Or you can kiss. You got it. Now we're just keeping that speed. Now he's speeding up a little, so lighten your leg a tiny bit. Get his head back down. Good job. Lift your hands up a little. Lean back. Yep, so you're going to kind of keep your weight, if you had jeans on in pockets, like sitting on those jeans. His head's way too high. Lift your hands up. There you go. And then we're a little too close to the rail. That's it. Lean back. Go a little faster. We're back to the flat walk. Yep, and then steer so he's not so close to the fence. Hold, lift your hands up. That's it. Keep leaning back. So he's step pacing a little. That's okay. So you might feel just a little bump, but don't worry about that. You worry about his head, keeping him straight and not going faster. So every time he speeds up, lighten your leg, breathe a little. He's picking up speed. Lift your hand up, lean back. Almost left leg through the turn so he doesn't bulge. Good, keep that speed. So on the other side, nope, that's too fast. Lean back, breathe. Bring his head back down. That's better. Don't go any faster. Get his head back down. And you might have to be a little harsher with your hands because now that we added speed, he's testing more. Yep. And now a little bit more leg because now we lost our speed. So as we tighten our hand and our fist more to keep him going, we have to use a stronger leg. Yep. So you're doing it. He's just going in and out of it. So lift your hands up. And that's okay because that's how your flat walk started also. Lean back. Keep your left rein and leg through that turn so he doesn't drift. He's speeding up, so breathe or lighten your leg just a little. If you take it off too much, then he's going to think he's supposed to stop. Lift your hand up. Good. That's a good speed. That's good. It's just slowing down. Lift your hand up. Good. That's it. Little leg. He slowed down in the corner. Now he's changing speed, so think leg lighter and breathe if he doesn't slow down, and then be ready to put your leg back on if he slows down too much. No. He's used to increasing speed and popping his head up. So anytime we go to increase the speed, it is normal for him to try to put his head up because that's what he's probably done all his life. So when you think, I got to go a little faster, you got to think, I'm going to tighten my fist right as I put more leg on him. So he gets both those cues at the same time, and that way he might not bring his head up. Go a little faster. Yep, because he's right on the edge of going back to a flat walk. Good job there. Now he's just a tiny bit fast. So you want to either lighten the leg or just a little breath. There, you're good. Oh, too much. So it's just kind of finding that sweet spot, but you're getting there. Good job. Yep, lean back. Now his head's too high. You can kind of feel his gait changing. And we let it stay up there about 3 or 4 strides. Yep, and be careful. He gets a little too close to the fence in this direction, so it might mean you have to ride with an open right rein and your left leg on him more so he doesn't get so close to that fence. Hold tight when that head goes up. Make it uncomfortable. Okay. So now as you're going around, he's a little fast. So you want a tiny bit slower. Not much, just a little. And as you're going around, if it's smooth or you feel like a little jiggle in the saddle, that's fine. But if you feel a bounce up and down, I want you to start to leg yield him a step or two in either direction. And then once it smooths out, you just go straight, but keep going. And remember, don't have your hand in your thigh. Little faster, just a little. Good, and all you're trying to do is just get it as smooth as you can. So wiggle's fine and flat is fine, but bounce up and down means leg yield. Be meaner with your hands. Yep. It happens more often right up there. So make sure you keep your hands up as you're getting down to that end. Okay, so you're doing good. Don't prove me wrong. So keep his head down. So you might have to use more pressure. I want you to add more speed. So lean back, get his head down, and then add more leg. You're going to feel more jiggle in the saddle. Go ahead and speed up. There you go. So you're going to feel more jiggling. That's okay. But keep his head down. Now stay that speed. Don't go any faster. Just keep that. Yeah. Now if it feels like you're bouncing, then start leg yielding him back and forth. But keep leaning back. You're getting there. Good job. Lean back. Yep. Every time you pass the gate to leave that arena, press your left rein and leg against him to prepare for that corner by the mounting block, because otherwise he drifts. So we kind of have to start early to prevent him from drifting. Lift your hand up. Keep going. You're doing good. Keep sitting back. Something's flicking around over there. Good. So the gate's coming up. So just remember, as you're going by that gate, press your left rein and leg against him. Take your right leg off a little bit so he doesn't drift in the turn. Much better. Yep. Okay. Okay. So you're doing good. In a minute, we're going to stop him and give him a break. So what I want you to do is keep going. And when you think it's pretty smooth and he's being good with his head down, just stop riding and we'll stop him. Nice. Now he gets a big loose rein. And again, once we get more speed, then if it starts getting bouncy, we'll try to do something where we push him over a little bit to smooth it back out. You got the ears flopping. There, he's just a little bouncy. Yep. So bring his head down a little bit more, and then I'd try pushing him a little sideways. Yeah. So now as he's going faster, it's a little bit bouncier. So try and just do some lateral movements. And if that's not working, we can always take him in a circle. That's better. Good. Now as you're going around too, what I kind of do with my hands is as I'm going, if I feel it getting bouncy at all, I kind of tap on the reins like it's a little tiny half halt. And I just kind of vibrate them every couple of steps or every 2 steps to keep it smooth. I just kind of touch, touch, touch. Yep. And so I just keep trying to adjust them. And then once, if they're smooth and they can hold it, then I leave them alone. Otherwise, I'm just helping them until they get it. And then the other thing, I have there's 2 single poles down here. So as you're coming down here, if you're like, it feels a little rough, you can take them over just the single pole, because the double pole will probably make them trot. And then you can see if that smooths them out a little bit more. So you have all these different things you can use to try to get them smoother. Yep, and as you go over, just keep looking up. Good job. Yeah, and then half halt. You're doing good. Yep. And over time, he'll get smoother. He's still got to develop all his muscles. Good. So I go around one more time, and then when you think he's doing good, we'll stop and quit. Yeah, there it's just a little bouncy.